Welcome to Buenos Aires, Argentina. Revel on pole from uCable and Puff in third. Then it's Salas Kynes, Tonali Gabo and Remy Lebeau. Marcus Nelson starts 7th from Sebastian Ocampo and Jonathan Sims. Then to round out the top 10, it's Rodney Sola. Quintero-Roqui's 11th from Hernandez and the championship leader Lawless Leclerc, who could take the championship today, but it's going to require a lot of work. The Red Devils alongside him. Then it's first Theo Eicher-Weld and Francis Austin from Falstad, Rotak and Daniel Bogdasarov from the back row of Deli and Medicis. It's always sunny in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Revo is on pole for the penultimate round of the season. All 5 lights go on. And the Buenos Aires ePrix is underway. Brilliant start from uCable off the line. Already side drafting effectively with his first ever teammate. We've got 3 drivers starting this race on the hards, and they're all outside of the top 15. So as they come through turn number 1, it's uCable in front of Revo. Then it's Salas Kynes dueling with Puff coming through turn number 2. On board we go with the 55 in that Mercedes EQ car. He's had a magnificent qualifying and he's converting that quite well into this race. As you can see, Revo going down the inside through 3, holds alongside, and you can see, look at the mid-pack as well. Side-by-side action between 2 drivers who know each other so well. The veterans of the ERL, with uCable only missing season 13. But Revo, he's been there since race 1 and he's not missed a single event. They know each other so well. Puff moves up into 3rd as Rotak gets done for a time penalty. That's collision with Elliot Deli there. Puff moves back up into 3rd, but it's uCable who heads the pack in that white and red Power Motorsport car sponsored by Target. They'll go full red next season before we're hearing rumours about going to black for season number 26. Still quite a ways away. Season 26 scheduled for September as we go on board with the 66 in that MS Amlin Andretti car. The Red Devil moves up into 10th position for Leclerc. He's had a terrible start. Started 13th, drops to 15th. Versus Theo 16th, Falstad 18th, and Bogdasarov 21st. The 3 drivers starting this race on the hards. And as we begin lap 2 of 12, the gap out front, roughly a second. And attack mode is online. That's going to help Puff, who is not in a must-win scenario like someone like Remy Lebeau or Tonali Gabo is into trying to stay in this title fight. But it is still important to get every point you can. And even so, as a racing driver, your main goal is to win a race, because it means you finished in front of the other 21 drivers behind you. Let that sink in. Sorry, but Revo's actually been closing in over the course of that first sector, rising up the hill. On board we are with a 7, looking towards the top 3, and yeah, they've dropped Salas quite a bit, but the Spaniard in that 55, he's always been quite rapid. Here comes Puff going down the hill. He sends it down the inside. That's a great move from Puff, who's going for his first championship in his sophomore season in the ERL, but still a Revo. In his 24th, he says to Puff, look, you can be one of the greats in your own time. I've got a race to win, because the number 7 season has been abysmal, not even cracking the top 10 in points. For the reigning Drivers' Champion, it's a 132.5 on lap 3 of 12. And for Remy Lebeau right now, 5th place after 2 consecutive race wins. Might be a slow burn down at Sims Motorsport, as attack mode online for the top 3 once again. Puff not using any attack charge, nor is Revo. They are conserving that deploy, and you can tell if they are using any attack charge because their rear wings will be flashing red on the ends of those wings. Or if we're riding on board with them, you'll see that the button flashes red. But anyway, heading through the 2nd sector now. Race leader uCable not in the title hunt, but would be getting some well-deserved points for that Power Motorsport team as those soft tyres beginning to degrade on lap 3 of 12. Could see a 2-stop race here even if you do use the hards. but it doesn't seem to be the ideal strategy. According to our strategists, it does seem like the one-stop medium-hard or hard-medium should be a strategy that can win this race. We're not too sure if it will or if it won't, and we'll only know once that checkered flag falls. And we do know for a fact that come the race's end, this race's end here in Buenos Aires, not only will the tyres degrade a lot faster, but more than anything, we know that there's a possibility for the championship to be decided. Puff comes into the pits. There's a mediums going on for the number 9 crew. 8 laps on a single set of mediums. I don't see that being too plausible. Marcus Nelson up into 7th position. Gabo maintains 8th due to them passing Puff, and Hernandez coming in too. Hernandez is also into the pits. So just reading out this top 5 just sounds like an absolutely iconic list of drivers to have. You've got Cable, the Season 10 and Season 21 World Drivers Champion, who, if anything, can be described as the Darrell Waltrip of the ERL. Then Revo in 2nd, the Season 16, 17, 20 and 23 World Drivers Champion. Remy LeBeau, certainly a future champion in this title fight. Carlos Sainz, a man who's been a vice champion many times, but still yet to take that all-important first. And Ocampo, well, he took his first championship in his sophomore season. Most of the time when we see that happen, it means that they won in their 3rd start. I mean, that's what happened to both Ocampo and Falstad, who's down in 19th position, and Rossack is dropping down the order like a rock. We've got a slow-moving box to start. They're going side by side up the hill. They go. Lucky not to have any contact between the Abs and Renault drivers. And they are just really playing it safe. Puffs on the hards. In comes Revo. Soft tires going on down at TS Virgin Racing. That's a strategic fail if I've ever seen one. Also in Carlos Sainz. Bit of a slow getaway for the 7. And we're approaching half-race distance. In a race like this, strategy could be the all-important deciding factor. Sims lunges down the inside on Kwanzaa Hiroki, takes 5th position there. And he's going after Tonali Gabo as well. He's doing all of this for his teammate. He's making sure that he's in front of Gabo, in front of Quan, in front of Leclerc, all of these other drivers, just so Remy LeBeau knows, that at the very least, even if he doesn't win, he's finishing in front of some very hard hitters, some title rivals of his own. But we haven't seen any yellow flags today, and that's good. That's a good thing. We do need more clean racing in the ERL. Not every race could be or should be a wreckfest. And we are actually heading to a race that historically hasn't actually had more than one full course caution in a race. Not even 100% rates for a new race. No, there's only been one race, the inaugural one, where we saw a full course caution at all in Indianapolis. And that's just a great place to end off the championship, in my opinion. It's the fastest race of the season. It's all-out racing, drafting, and throughout the pack. Yes, we've got 6 drivers, 3 teams who certainly haven't brought their A game throughout the season. As in they come, the top 2. But still, it's going to be a heck of a race to watch, and you best be there once we reach that final round. Nelson's in, and it's softs again. Does Virgin just not have any tyres that aren't soft tyres to use, or what? Anyway, we're on to lap 6 of 12. Half-race distance as Puff and Revo are fighting down the main straight. Effectively, this is the fight for the lead as we're on board with the 9. He's got slightly older hard tyres. He's using attack mode. Again, maybe what Puff can do here, he can try and do 8 laps on those hards. We haven't seen anyone do it. The most we've seen is 6. But should be theoretically possible. Sims is struggling after doing 6 laps on those mediums, but he hasn't dipped below 25%, so we do believe that Puff should be able to make it to the end of this race. Because if there are theoretically 2 more laps in those mediums, then there should be 2 more laps in the softs. Down the inside comes Cable. Wow, that's the race lead, is it? It is! 3 moves in a single turn for car number 89 as Revo gets past Sims, and Puff looks for a way to go around the outside of the owner driver. And yes, for Sims, that means he drops down to 5th position. Yet to make, of course, a pit stop is Solar. That's Ronnie Solar down the inside for the 46th. Wow. I just keep getting shocked by this man. I know he's a one-time champion who left after saying, yeah, this is good. This is good. This one championship I've got, that's good. He left after his title defense season like a prime James Hunt. But he's back, and he's still showing everyone that he's got the pace to run along with the next generation's greatest talents. But still, another man from that bygone era, Revo in the 7, moves up into 2nd in front of that Season 5 champion as he now chases after the Season 10 champion. Puff down in 5th right now. He's behind Ocampo. As it would stand, since Leclerc's out of the points, Puff's still in the title battle. Not too sure about Remy LeBeau, and I'm pretty sure that Gabbo's out of this, as it is, as there goes Kynes, further ruining Puff's dreams of a championship this season, as the 7 getting passed by the 46. What comes after 6? 7. Who's behind the 46? The 7. Thank you for understanding how numbers work. And Rossack actually quite a far ways behind after coming out of the pits. I'm not too confident on how his race is going to run. Falstad and Bogdasarov, they've done 7 laps on their hards. Puff has to do 8, as already mentioned, to do the 1 stop. And honestly, the fact that Theo's dropped out of the points right now suggests to me that for Puff, this is not going to be a strategy that's going to work. This is not a winning strategy. Nelson's been given a time penalty for colliding with Remy LeBeau! Rear puncture for the 8! The man in the 27 car, the man who was in 8th, Remy LeBeau, after 2 consecutive race wins. That's it. That's his championship hopes in this season done and dusted. Rear puncture for the Frenchman, and that's all she wrote. That's game over down at Sims Motorsport. Jonathan Sims, the next man to come up to his own employee, and yikes, that's an ouch moment. There's nothing else to say other than that's an ouch moment. That's going to be one of those moments that's going to need a championship to repair, and a puncture for Revo too. What is causing these punctures? That's the second one that's happened, and that's coming into turn 3. Revo's now going to have to do the entire lap with a rear puncture. Unlike Remy, who only suffered it coming through the final sector, for Revo, this could have championship implications, because the man behind him is Puff, who needs to clear him quickly, and does clear quickly and safely. Marcus Nelson in 6th right now, sees his teammate slowing in front of him. And that's all hopes of a race win for the pole sitter completely demolished. Gabbo gets past his countryman as well. Next man up to bat is Charles Hernandez. And I don't know what's causing this, but now Jaguar's going to have to be very worried, because if all of that's happened to drivers who shouldn't have had punctures by this point, what could happen to Jaguar's new golden boy? The man who could try and go for the championship with only a handful of laps left to run. Ocampo's come in for his second stop, precautionary stop down at Andretti. Leclerc coming up to the back of the 7, gets past him. Todoroki goes past 2. Theo's dropping down the order, but moves in front of Revo, and this is just painful to watch. Marcus Nelson, the other GS Virgin driver, now looking for a way to get past Puff. He's got attack mode. He's closing in. Moves to the inside down at turn 3. He will send it down the inside at turn 3, and he will take 3rd position. Of course, he's got that 5-second time penalty. He's not fighting for position. He is fighting to absolutely ruin Puff's day today. He's making sure that he can't win, and he is making sure that it will be a Power Motorsport 1-2. And for the British-based outfit, I don't think we can really disagree with a finish like that. That would be good to see for those two. And that's Hernandez dropping down the order there. Of course, those mediums strapped on 5 laps ago. Not very quick. But that's Kynes. Carlos Kynes looking down the inside of the Thai driver. And up into 7th position. Good stuff. And a good move too. We've only got 2 more laps to go. In comes U-Cable for that second stop. That puts Rodney Sola into the race lead at 25% tyre wear. In comes Marcus Nelson as well. Gabo and Puff is into the pits. Didn't know whether or not Jaguar were going to put him into the pits, but of course, this is just a precaution with the 2 punctures that we've seen already today. Who knows if we'll see a third. U-Cable came out of the pits in 2nd position. If it were to finish like this, very, very good to see from Power, but I'm not too sure if Sola's soft tyres will make it to the end. He's at 21% with 2 laps to go. And Ocampo is up in 3rd. Where are the championship contenders? Puff is down in 10th. Gabo is 11th. Nelson is 12th. Remy LeBeau is 13th. And Checlerc is 14th. There's only one of them in the points, and that's Puff. We could head into the next round if it finishes like this in a 2-horse race, despite coming into this race with a 5-horse race. Kwanto Toroki sends it down the inside on the Red Devil. Through the chicane they go, and they still remain alongside each other in these ERL 02 cars. A lot larger, which is something that's trying to be rectified with the 03s that are currently in development. As we look back with that driver from the Netherlands, as 12% for Rodney. He's been caught by his teammate. He's going to have to pit, and that's going to elevate some drivers in the order. No, he's staying out! Oh no! We're on to the penultimate lap! U-Cable gets past Rodney Sola. He can't make it to the end of this lap, let alone the race. 9% for the 46. He's going to have a full car puncture. This is a strategy that's going to fail. All it could do is fail. There's no other outcome. It's either Sola has a puncture, or that's it. There's no other option there. As Puff now, will he try and take 6 from Hernandez, who's also struggling? He's hit 8%. Puff moves up into 6th position. That'll be good for his championship hopes. Nelson up into 10th there. That'll be 1 point for him, but he's fighting with Tonelli. Heading down into 3. The Red Devil acting as a bit of a stopgap between all of these drivers. And Checlerc, where's he? Absolutely nowhere to be seen. And what about Ronnie Sola? He's hit 2%. Hernandez has hit 5. Those two are having a puncture. By the time they head down the hill, you can confirm that. Ocampo moves up into 2nd position, and for Rodney Sola, he's hit 0. Full car puncture for Rodney Sola, and that's it. He's gonna have to do a full lap with a puncture. Hernandez, as he comes through that uphill rise, he's hit 2%. Carlos Kynes is closing up to the Power Motorsport man now. Gets past him quite quickly. That'll elevate Sims up into 4th. And on the final lap, Hernandez, does he have a puncture yet? He's hit 0. Comes through that turn. And he still hasn't punctured, has he? Oh, there goes the rears. There goes the entire car for the 52 crew. Will Sola pit now? No, he's staying out. Why is he staying out? Why are they both staying out? Is pit lane closed? I think pit lane's closed. My goodness, that's ruined Sola's race. That's going to ruin Hernandez's race. And that's going to help Lawless Checlerc. That'll be 2nd to last in terms of points. That's 9th now for Lawless Checlerc. And a gut-wrenching end to the race for both Sola and Hernandez. I just can't believe what I'm seeing. The ERL as a whole, I doubt they can believe what they're seeing, because that's 2 drivers having punctures due to their teams just forgetting to strategy. That was stupid. But for you, Cable, Power Motorsport, it's not the 1-2 that they hoped for, but it's going to be a brilliant race win to come from the 89 crew. Had the same lap time as Revo in qualifying, but was classified second due to him setting that lap time second. He'll win this race, however. Heading down the main straight, Cable takes victory in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Ocampo will be second from Carlos Sainz. A brilliant outcome for the Mercedes EQ driver. As Hernandez, with that full car puncture, now drops to the very back of the pack. Sola now hoping for 50th, but I doubt it'll happen for him. Sainz comes across the line, and it's a podium for the Spaniard. Puff will take 12 points today, and it'll be 12 very necessary points and a fastest lap as well. Nelson takes it in 6th, Gabo 7th, and Leclerc comes home with a brilliant P8 for the man who entered this race leading the championship. As the Red Devil will be 9th in front of Versfio. He gets attack mode. On board we go with Versfio, and he's not going to take 9th. He's not taking it. Just no. Remy Lebo outside of the top 10, and Revo dropped quite down the order, and Rotak got a puncture too. Full car puncture for Scatterlin. That explains why he was scuttling towards the line. Falstad goes by. Just wow. Michelin's got to work on their tires, because with how it is right now, that's not going to be sustainable. If anything, quite the opposite. Here comes Bogdasarov on Medicis to the line, and he didn't make the move. And this is the podium for the penultimate round of the season. Cable comes home with the win, as Power Motorsport confirmed Catfish will be joining them in Season 25. Then it's Ocampo in second from Carlos Sainz in third, and a brilliant outing for Carlos to come home with a P3. Did brilliant in qualifying, and an equally magnificent race today. Puff came home in fourth from Sims and Nelson. Then it's Gabo, Leclerc, the Red Devil, Versfio, the top 10. Outside of that, you've got Remy Lebo, Revo, Quanto Doroki, Ica World, Francis, Austin, Elliott Zelli, Medicis, Bogdasarov, Solo, Rotak, and Hernandez in the driver's standings heading into the final round in Indianapolis. Leclerc leads 10 points up on Puff and a further 15 points up on Marcus Nelson. That is the fight for the title, because Remy Lebo cannot win it in fourth, in front of Cable, Ocampo, Gabo, and the Red Devil, and Gabo and Ocampo tied heading into the final round. That's going to be good to watch. Ica World is 9th from Sims and Solo. Then it's Todoroki, Revo, Sainz, Versfio, Hernandez, and Austin from Delhi, Bogdasarov, and Rosak, with Falstad and Medicis yet to score. So in the constructors standings heading into the final round of the championship, Panasonic Jaguar lead from Pinnacle Motorsport and DS Virgin Racing. Then it's Sims Porsche, Power Motorsport, and MS Amlin Andretti from Faraday Future Dragon Racing, Mercedes EQ, Team Edams Renault, Toyota Gazoo Racing, and Ape Audi Sport. We will see you guys next time then, when the ERL returns for its final round in Indianapolis, where there will be no pit stops, but full blast racing all the way.